Assalamu alaikum. You're listening to the Tum version of the dialogue covered in the first episode on how to introduce yourself in Urdu. In that dialogue, we used aap and aapka wherever we needed to say you and yours. In Urdu, there are several levels of respect. We have 3 different ways of saying you: aap, tum, and tu. So for every dialogue in which we use aap, we'll also have a sister dialogue. That same dialogue, but replace all the aaps and aapkas with tum and tumhara. This way, you can learn how to have that conversation more informally with family and friends. I highly advise that you listen to the aap version before listening to this version because this segment won't go into as much detail. Also, please note that in the future, we'll only have the tum version of each dialogue available to our patrons. So please visit our Patreon site to learn more. Without further ado, let's listen to that dialogue, but in the more informal tone, using tum and tumhara.
अस्सलामु अलैकुम। तुम्हारा क्या नाम है?
वालेकुम अस्सलाम। मेरा नाम शिरीन है। और तुम्हारा?
मेरा नाम वजीहा है। तुम कहाँ से हो?
मैं ह्यूस्टन से हूँ। क्या तुम भी ह्यूस्टन से हो?
नहीं, मैं ह्यूस्टन से नहीं हूँ। मैं इस्लामाबाद से हूँ।
अच्छा, तुमसे मिलकर खुशी हुई। फिर मिलेंगे।
मुझे भी। खुदा हाफिज।
So first we've got the greeting, Assalamu alaikum and Wa alaikum assalam. You should know from the aap version of the episode that that's a common greeting in the Muslim world, and both basically are saying, may peace be upon you. Then we've got, Tumhara kya naam hai? So previously we had, Aapka kya naam hai? And now we have, Tumhara. Of course, it means the exact same thing. What is your name? But I'm more likely to use tumhara with my friends, or people who are younger than me, like children. Whereas I use aapka with my parents. So the response to tumhara kya naam hai was mera naam Shireen hai. Aur tumhara? Previously it was aur aapka and yours. So again, aapka becomes tumhara. Moving right along, then we have Mera naam Wajiha hai. Tum kahan se ho? Aap kahan se hain becomes Tum kahan se ho. So the formal way of saying you are is Aap hain. And the informal way of saying you are is Tum ho. So the question was, where are you from? Tum kahan se ho? And the response was, Main Houston se hoon. There's no change there because the word you wasn't present. And of course, Main Houston se hoon means I'm from Houston. Kya tum bhi Houston se ho? Are you from Houston too? Nahi. Main Houston se nahi hoon. मैं इस्लामाबाद से हूँ. No change there either? Let's keep going. अच्छा, तुमसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. फिर मिलेंगे. So just like before, aap was changed to tum, but it means exactly the same thing. So तुमसे मिलकर खुशी हुई, फिर मिलेंगे means it was nice to meet you. See you later. Mujhe bhi. Khuda hafiz. So a note about mujhe bhi, which I meant to explain in the aap episode, is mujhe bhi means I too, or me too. So in English we say, it was nice to meet you, and the response normally is, you too. But here the response is, me too, because what we're actually saying is, तुमसे मिलकर खुशी हुई, which means having met you, I became happy, right? So if you think about the literal meaning, then the response to that would be, me too, right? Having met you, I became happy. Oh, me too. So that's why it's mujhe bhi, and not something that's equivalent to the you too in English. So the response is mujhe bhi. Khudafis. And if you recall, khudafis means goodbye. Literally, may God protect you, but it's said to mean goodbye. So there you have it. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, post your questions to the community on our Facebook page or send them to urdusikhiye@gmail.com. Until next time, Khuda Hafiz.